MERWE and welcome to Favorite Rugby on Favorite Sports. For today's preview, it's Western Province versus Sharks, the only midweek Currie Cup game we will see this week. Unfortunately, the Bulls versus Chiefs game being cancelled. This game has also been brought earlier in the day. It was supposed to be a 7 o'clock kickoff, but as a result of the new curfew in South Africa, it's been brought forward and will kick off at 5 o'clock. We will be live for this game, so make sure you smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel. And you turn on your notifications so you get a notification every single time we do go live. It should be quite a good game. You know, both sides are really looking to try and establish themselves in the Currie Cup and try and target a Currie Cup trophy. You know, we've got the Sharks who obviously got to the final in January and didn't get to go all the way, and Western Province are a side who've had all the players and all the right personnel to be able to go all the way and win trophies, but haven't managed to do that in the last few years. And for them also, you know, a next sort of step in sort of preparing towards the British and Irish Lions series. For the Sharks, you know, it'll be their last game before they then go into a bye bubble. And they'll play against British Irish Lions next week, Wednesday. And for the Western Province, they will be the last provincial team to actually play the British Irish Lions. That's all the way on the 17th of July. And a couple of new players that should be available for the Western Province side. There, John Dobbs talking about that in his press conference, which will be up very soon. But in terms of the games and tomorrow, and what we'll see is in Cape Town, very, very wet weather, so it should be quite a tactical battle. And as a result, you know, if you look at the side, you know, it kind of sort of makes sense from a sort of tactical sort of point of view. If you're looking at the Western Province, especially if you're looking at the number 10 in Tim Sweel, who I think is a much better tactical fly half than maybe Adam van Renen is at the moment. But if you look at the front row, it's Ali van Mark and Dietlin Bashir, who are the two starting props, and then it's Reinhard Venter, who is, you know, has actually had top 14 experience and gone over there in France, played for the Cheetahs as well. But they've got a little bit of crisis at hookers, do the Western Province at the moment, between a large amount of injuries, a lot of people who are missing, a lot of players away with the national camp, as well as injured, as well as the SN20s and stuff like that. They've got a lot of players missing in the hookers. So Reinhard Venter is just another player who's come in, and described by John Dobson as a set-piece hooker, basically meaning that he's not particularly mobile. He's a very big physical player. You're not going to see him taking too many gaps and stuff like that. But he should be able to show up the set pieces, which is what they're hoping he will do. Ernst van Rijn will continue to captain the side. David Mayhazen will start next to him again. Marcel Tennyson continues at number 6, but it's a first start at the Western Province for the Lions, Loni Hachiva Diamani. And then Evan Ruiz will cap off the loose trio. At scrum off, it will be Paul de Vet, who John Dobson pretty much said that he reckons he could go and become a potential Springbok scrum off one day. He said that he really, really rates him. He said he's been particularly impressed with him. He said he keeps making all the right decisions. He's a very good decision maker, and that he hasn't had a lot of opportunities to play as a result of obviously Herschel Yankees playing a lot of games. So he will start at number 9. Then Tim Sweel will be the fly half for tomorrow. I think Adam van Rijn has been struggling quite a lot, so that decision actually doesn't surprise me at all. But the big news for the Western Province is that EDWILL van der Merwe is back and will start in the number 11 jersey tomorrow. Cerberus and Natle will start on the other wing, and Sergio Peterson will shift to full back. In the centres, no Dam du Plessis, which means that Rick Victoria shifts back to inside centre, and Cornel Smith comes into the starting lineup, and he will line up at outside centre. And then off the bench, Jason Alexander, Leon Lyes, and Sazi Sunday will be the reserve front rows. Justin Basson and Johan de Toy and Joanna Augustus will cover the rest of the scrum, and then you will have Godlin Masimla and Abner van Rijn available as well. They can still not change. They might make a couple of last-minute variations, but that is in theory how they will line up tomorrow. For the Sharks, who are currently unbeaten in the Currie Cup, they've got a bonus point victory against the Griquas in their first round. A couple of changes for them as well. Injury enforced, which means that no Pepsi Buthelezi tomorrow, which is very sad. I think he's coming into some really nice form, and I think he's a very good player and was supposed to be captaining the Sharks for the Currie Cup, so unfortunately he won't be playing tomorrow. But in the France, Kwesi Monofez and Barton Kuta and Kuna will continue. Ruben van Heerden and Hiron Andrews will add a little bulk in the second row. It's a very nice combination there. I've been very impressed with Ruben van Heerden's work in the last sort of month and a bit. And then a loose trio of James Venter, Temelani Boli, and Mpilo Gomedi. I haven't seen too much of Mpilo Gomedi. Wasn't fantastic when he came off the bench, so he'll have something a little bit to prove. But Temelani Boli and James Venter I thought were very good against the Griquas, particularly Temelani Boli. He's a very, very physical player. You know, I feel sorry for him because whenever he gets a chance, he always does things right, but often sort of gets sidelined and is often the first sort of player to get dropped. He kind of sort of struggle for game time wherever he goes, but he's playing some really nice rugby. Jaden Hendrickson will partner Cohen Bosch, who returns to the starting line. Butcher Chamberlain is on the bench. The centre pairing will be Marius Lowe and Jeremy Ward. Tekka Abrahams is also back from injury and will start in the number 11 jersey. Werner Koch will start on the other wing, and then Marty Liebach will start at full back. On the bench, Dan Yusa, Mtutukum, Kuna, and Vian Herbst will cover the front row. Jerry van der Mesh and Reniel Hugo, as well as Dylan Richardson, will be the replacements, and also go with a 6-2 split there. Grant Williams and Buta Chamberlain will be the 2 backline replacements. So in a very wet conditions, you can understand why Curran Bosch is going to start. I think it'll suit them quite a lot. They'll do a lot of kicking. They'll put the Western Province under a lot of pressure. So Sergio Peterson and Siabela Sinatla and Edwin van der Merwe have to be very, very good under the high ball tomorrow, because the Sharks are going to sort of barrage them with an aerial assault, and that is, we know it's going to happen. And then they'll hope that their forwards can sort of bully the Western Province a little bit. So it should be quite an interesting loose chair battle. For example, the likes of Temalani Bolly, Evan Ruiz, they're sort of the big ball carriers for the sides, will be very, very important in that game tomorrow. I'm going to go with a Western Province win. I think that they'll probably manage the conditions a little bit better. But having said that, the last time when we saw the Sharks playing in wet conditions, I think it was in Cape Town as well, they actually handled it very, very well. They were throwing the ball around, and I was very impressed with the handling and the skills that they exhibited during that match. But it was a very changed side since then. So it should be quite an interesting match. As I said, it will be live tomorrow at 5 o'clock, so come and hang out. Let me know what your score predictions are down in the comments below. Smash like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel. My name is Steven, and I'll chat to you soon.